manager John Lynch told reporters yesterday he views Brock Purdy as being in the driver's seat when it comes to San Fran's starting quarterback position this season. Purdy went 7-1 as a starter, including the playoffs last season, before suffering that torn UCL in his right elbow against the Eagles. Whew. Big rise for Mr. Irrelevant. Shannon, if Brock Purdy and Trey Lance are both healthy, who do you think should start?
Brock Purdy. What has Trey Lance done is get the nod in front of him. At any point in time in Trey Lance's starts, did he look as good as Brock Purdy? Skip, he went 7-1, as Jen mentioned. Third in QBR. He was fifth in completion percentage. He was first in yards per attempt at almost nine attempts. I mean, as John Lynch said, he's the clubhouse leader. Now, Kyle just spoke this morning. He says based on how he's healing from the injury, could be 6 months, could be 8 months, leaves the door open week 1, week 4. I got no problem. I mean, I guess normally we don't hear. We'll see what happens. Brock Purdy played really well. All three of these guys, we like all the guys that are on our roster, yada, yada, yada. But basically, they say, look, Brock Purdy's healthy. He's in the clubhouse with the lead. It's going to be Trey Lance. It's going to be incumbent upon Trey Lance to unseat him. We're not giving you the job just because we moved heaven and earth to get you. You're going to earn it. I got no problem with this.
Okay, I take nothing away from what Brock Purdy did last year because I haven't seen anything like it since Tom Brady. And this was even beyond early Tom Brady. Yeah. Because they were letting him rock and roll.
Yes,
you know, they're just letting him play, man.
They were.
Okay, I got that. But I believed in Trey Lance ahead of the draft, put my pride out on the line, and I do believe to this day, to this moment, that Trey Lance will prove to be a better quarterback long-term, long run than Brock Purdy. He's a little bigger. He's got a stronger arm. He's a lot faster. He's a much better runner of the football, which will benefit Kyle's system greatly. It will enhance everything about the run game that is already devastating. The problem is he's going to have to play to play. He's going to have to because look at what happened. Look at college games. Brock Purdy played 48 college football games. This is a lot of football.
Yeah.
Trey Lance appeared in 19 games, but he only started for one season. Division, what is it, 2 at
FCS.
Yeah, FCS.
Football
yes, at North Dakota State. He just hasn't played much football, and this is, I can't
He still hasn't played much football.
He hasn't because he cannot stay healthy. He fractured his finger, then he fractured his ankle, and I can't defend it.
Right.
I can only tell you what I saw from what I did see at North Dakota State. And I saw what obviously Kyle and Mike Shanahan saw. They said, we're willing to pay 3 first-round picks and a third or whatever the other pick was to go up, to vault up there to snatch him. And they did, and they thought they had their future, and then their future fell right in their laps on the last pick in the draft.
Right.
Well, sometimes it happens, and John Lynch is correct. He says, we don't care how we get him. We got him.
Yeah.
Okay? If you get him with Mr. Irrelevant pick or you get him with the 2nd, 3rd, 4th pick in the draft, it doesn't matter.
And, Skip, at the end of the day, I'm going to play the best 11. And I understand that we've invested a lot in this quarter in Trey Lance, but if he's not one of the best 11s, he's not going to play. Yeah. It's really that simple. If Brock Purdy gives us a better chance to win than Trey Lance, Skipper, he's got to play.
Okay. Was he just on a magical, mystical roll last year?
We want to see.
Okay.
we want to see.
He earned the right.
Right.
But I am not giving up on Trey Lance, and I don't think they are either.
I don't think they are either, Skip. Maybe they did. Somebody sprinkled some angel dust on him.
There's some dust.
Some magic fairy dust, and Skip, he got wings, and he played above what he'll ever be able to play again. But he's earned the right to see if he can continue this magic carpet ride.
As long as he can come off his repair as opposed to a reconstruction.
Right, because they did say, it could be 6, like Kyle said, 6 months, 8 months.
Okay.
But he's in the clubhouse with the lead right now.
He is.
Go catch it.
Okay.
Brock Purdy underwent surgery on that UCL, guys, in March, and he's supposed to be back throwing in May. We might get some answers then. Let's talk about Russell Westbrook. I need y'all's opinion on if he went too far with that post-game celebration last night. Let's discuss when Undisputed returns. Cast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. All right, so the Patriots haven't won a playoff game since the 2018 season. That one took me by surprise. Then 2 of the last 3 seasons, They finished below 500. Bill Belichick asked yesterday what type of optimism Patriots fans should have. Belichick simply responded, quote, the last 25 years. So Belichickian, right? Shannon, will Belichick ever be vindicated?
Look, no, he will never be vindicated for what transpired because he's doing a terrible job of coaching in the absence of Tom Brady. Skip, he built this Patriots dynasty on an unwavering and an often cold-hearted focus on the future. That's what we know about him. He's been mercilessly cut players, popular players, really good players, because he felt they had reached a point of diminishing returns. He never let Tom Brady rely on the previous 19 years. He was ready to move on because he was looking forward to the future.
Yep.
Skip, what's his most famous line? When they got blown out that Monday night against Kansas City, and they asked him, what did he say? We're on to Cincinnati. It's amazing now that he's 25-26 with a 47-17 playoff loss to the Buffalo Bills, that now he's going to say the past 25 years. You said it was only Cincinnati. All you focused on was the future. Now you want to become reflective when you've never allowed any of your players to be as reflective as you've become.
Yep.
Skip, this is what Teddy Bruschi said. That's my guy. He had a little slip right there. I don't know how many times I've been in meetings with Coach Belichick, and the very first meeting is, I don't care about anything in the past. We win Super Bowls. Last year doesn't matter. Pro Bowls don't matter. All pros don't matter. Everything you've done last year doesn't matter, fellas. It's about who we are going forward. Now all of a sudden you want to reminisce?
Yeah. See the last 25 years.
All of a sudden you're having a nostalgic breakdown?
Yep.
Coach Belichick? I know this ain't Bill Belichick, the most cold-hearted, ruthless coach that we've seen over the last 25 years, and all of a sudden he's becoming reflective? The reason is to be optimistic is about the past? When you've never given a damn about the past? You feel that pressure, Skip?
Yep.
Tom Brady said, whoa, wait a minute. What about my resume? I got six championships, 3 MVPs. I'm universally regarded as the greatest quarterback ever. And you wouldn't have let me rely on any of that 19 years. And now you want the fans to look at the last 25? Skip, I've been very effusive in my praise with Coach Belichick.
You have.
I said, I believe he's the greatest coach in NFL history.
You have said that.
But this is very out of character for him because now he's becoming nostalgic about what he's done. And not, Skip, no, Coach Belichick, you've heard me say it over and over, and this applies to you too. We update resumes in sports. In pro sports, we update resumes.
Yep.
That's on there. You got them 6 championships. You did all of what you've done. And like Janet Jackson say, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Tick, tick, tick. Okay, this is another one I first guessed. When Brady landed in Tampa, I said Belichick would get exposed, and I believe he has been exposed.
Oh, he has.
I believe that Brady made Belichick way more than Belichick made Brady. And now he says, see the last 25 years, and I'm saying it's hard to look past the previous 3 years with no Tom Brady because those are all that really matter at this moment. And the first year without Brady, you went 7-9, and the second year you did go 10-7, but then in a playoff game against your arch rival within the division, you lost 47-17 to Buffalo in the perfect game. They didn't punt. They didn't punt. You are the greatest defensive mind ever, and they did not punt a single time. Then last year you went 8-9. So if I add up your ledgers since Tom Brady, you're 25-25. You're a mediocre head football coach. You're 0-1 in the postseason since Tom Brady left. Don't tell me about see the last 25 years because I see better than I hear, as you always say, and I'm seeing the last 3 years, and they're not pretty. They're not Bill Belichickian kind of years. And so I say, at some point, this is getting a little creepy because you're getting creepy delusional. I mentioned this before, Norma Desmond in Sunset Boulevard, the washed up star saying, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille, and there's no Mr. DeMille, there's no Cecil B. DeMille.
Nope, it's over.
It's going to, at some point, land in the lap of Mr. Kraft. He's going to have to make a move here, and he's still publicly supportive of Bill. But he did say yesterday at the league meetings, Mr. Kraft said, I thought we experimented with some things last year that frankly did not work out. Bill tried to say, watch this, I'm going to run the offense, and I'm going to elevate a former defensive coordinator and a former special teams coach, and they're going to run my offense hands-on. It was a disaster.
Right.
And poor Mac Jones, I don't even know what he is anymore because he was the product of that disaster last year.
Yes.
Okay. So now Mr. Kraft is saying it's a tough business and you, in the end, you have to win. Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, the toughest business is going to be for the owner to make a call on the head coach.
The toughest decision for him, Skip, is because they won so much. When do we cut bait? Because I've had so much success. You know what he bought the franchise for.
Yeah.
You know what it's worth now. A lot of that has to do with Coach Belichick and his winning ways.
It does.
But at the end of the day, it's not like, okay, I want to win for 20 years and we can stop winning for 20 years. I want to continue to win. Now, you're never going to win at the clip that you won again. That ain't happening. But I ain't signed up to be going missing the playoffs either. And when I make it the playoffs, I'm not trying to lose 47-17 and I don't force the team to punt once.